If you found this tarot reading, I am completely confident that this could be the most life-changing tarot reading you find today. This is your friendly reminder. If you're catching the replay, you can always increase your playback speed or click the timestamps below to jump straight to the message. Before we jump in, I want to go ahead and do an energy check. And the energy is intense right now. So I used to struggle with panic attacks. I had them every night, like 3 nights a week. And I was able to overcome that by making fear my friend, fear something that I understood, fear something that I wasn't listening to, but that I could observe. And I have not had panic attacks in a long time. I had one panic attack a couple of months ago, and then last night I had another panic attack. It was not my panic. I know it was not my panic. I was not thinking of anything. So this energy has came through since last night. So the panic attack hit me at like midnight. And then this morning when I woke up, I was still in bed and I literally was just rolling over and I did something to my knee. So I'm not sure if you're hurt, like if you're hurting right now, like you hurt yourself, or if someone you love has been hurt. And then when I was getting ready, like my energy is completely peace. Like that is my baseline. So whatever is going on right now is definitely this readings energy. It's getting ready for the live, putting my makeup on, and the idea of missing home. I want to go home. Why can't I be home? But this was deeper than just like home where you grew up. This is like your cosmic home, your galactic home. And so you may resonate with being a starseed, you may resonate with being a light worker, and you may resonate with feeling like you have never belonged, feeling like everything here is so much harder, so much harder. You could ask yourself, why is this so hard? So that was coming through, and I almost started crying because of the weight of the energy. And I'm like, this is not my energy. What is going on? The other thing that came through is you may have lost a loved one last night or just within the past like 2 days is what I'm hearing. If that's the case, my heart is with you, friend. I know how hard that is. I know how devastating that is. Sending you so much love and so much love right now. So much love. So I already knew this was going to be a heavy reading, and I really hope I don't cry. But I know the medicine in this message is going to be what you need, and it's going to change your perspective and it's going to change your life. So when I was working with the cards, excuse me, we got the 8 of Cups, Death, and the Fool. And on the bottom of the deck was the 5 of Cups. And in this deck particularly, the 5 of Cups depicts an elephant visiting the remains of someone that they lost. And so for sure, if you have lost someone you love, this could really be your message today. The 8 of Cups, what I heard was it's time to release the idea of wanting to go home, because home is always with you. Home is here. You need to come home, come within. The Death card. You need to be reborn in your consciousness and understand that it doesn't matter where you are always connected to everything in the universe, including your galactic home, including your everything. You're always connected. You always belong. So rebuilding that awareness. And I think you already know this. Like you know this on a knowledge level. You need to experience it on a soul level. Okay. And with the Fool is 0 energy. That's source energy. That's God energy, universe energy. So yeah, come back to the universe. Come back to within, to here. Okay. That is where home is. That is where belonging is. That is where wholeness is. It's always here, right? We don't have to do anything. We just have to remember. We don't have to be anything. We just have to exist and experience it. Okay. Before we begin, we're going to do some breath work. Definitely need that today. Definitely. So we are going to do a 6-8 breath. Whoops. Sorry, guys, it just messed that up. Please stop, computer. Thank you. There we go. Okay. So we will breathe in through the nose for 6, hold for 2, and then breathe out through the mouth for 8. We'll do this 3 times. If you are experiencing grief right now, I want you to really feel the grief while you're breathing, okay? Feel the heaviness and breathe in through the heaviness, okay? If you are feeling lost, if you're not feeling like that you belong, if you are missing home deeply, I want you to breathe in and remember all of that love and connection that you have experienced in the home, whether that's your cosmic home, your galactic home, places you're visiting in your dreams, whatever it is. Embody those emotions, feel them while you're breathing, okay? We'll do 3 rounds of this breath. Let's begin. Very nice. Very, very nice. Today we are going to work with the maiden. Not maiden, so sorry. We're working with the mother's deck. Because of the energy that I felt before going live, I knew we definitely needed the mother's guidance today. We needed the mother's compassion, the mother's nurturing. Mother, what is the life-changing message that this collective needs to hear in this time of grief, in this time of longing, in this time of yearning for the home that cannot be described fully? Yeah, that's the word. Can't be described fully. What message will completely change their lives? Will bring them to home, to experience home every single day. All right, we have the 3 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. 7 of Cups. See that? There you go. 7 of Swords. And the King of Pentacles. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. I'm just letting this message kind of sink in. Okay. Ready? So with the 3 of Wands here, you have been searching for home. You have been searching for comfort. You've been searching for this feeling your entire life. The higher you go, the more successful you are, the more connections you make. Yeah, with the 4 of Cups under that, the less satisfied you've become in your life. Nothing has been able to fill this gap. When my own grandmother died, that's when I launched into my first, actually it was my grandfather, but my grandmother passed away right after that. And it was just much more severe when she passed away. But it creates this hole. You feel a hole in you, like a piece of you missing when you lose someone, or when you are searching for that home, right? And so you try to fill it. You try to find new people, new things. That's when we turn to our vices, right? We comfort eat, or we shop to feel better, or we drink, or we smoke, or whatever your vice of choice is. We search and search and search for the thing that will make us feel better, that will give us that instant gratification. But then at the end of the binge session, it's like, wow, I feel even worse than when I started. It never fills the void. It never completes that longing that we have. With the 7 of Cups, there are endless, endless ways to try to find this in your world. We talked about a few of them. The world will always offer you something, right? We live in a society that's all about pleasure, all about instant gratification. How can we make this more convenient, more comfortable for you, right? But what you've been doing is lying to yourself, deceiving yourself, keeping yourself in the dark, keeping yourself in that lost, broken place because you have forgotten who you are. You have forgotten what you are, or you're refusing to acknowledge. You know, if you're a star seed, you know you're a soul. But the thing is, knowing you're a soul and actually experiencing life as the soul is two very different things. Two very, very different things. Experiencing life as the soul connects you to wholeness because the soul is whole, connects you to oneness, to fullness, to an existence where you are always at peace and always at home. You're not longing because you have stopped identifying with your ego identity. You have stopped identifying with your mental thoughts. You've stopped identifying with those emotional feelings. You experience them. You know they're part of being a human, but you know that's not who or what you are. You are not this person that feels broken. You are not this person that feels lost because the soul is always whole. The soul is always where it's meant to be. The soul is always completely grounded, completely grounded. And while challenges in our life arise, we lose loved ones, we lose pets, we lose jobs and opportunities, but we also gain them. Things fall, things rise, things come, things go. That is the cyclical nature of this existence. Look at the seasons. Wow, why is my voice so cracky? Look at the seasons. Look at everything around you, right? Economics, rise and fall. What's the other word? Demand, increases and falls. Everything does that. And that's part of being a human. It's part of being here. And your soul chose to come here. I hate to break it to you. You did. And I know a lot of us are thinking, why? Why did I choose this? Wasn't a great idea. You chose this because you wanted to experience it and you knew it was the right thing to do, right? Mm. That's so beautiful. What other guidance, please? Okay, thank you. You may find yourself at very different stages of your spiritual awakening journey. And that's part of the spiritual awakening. And it's hilarious because once you finally awaken, you realize there is no journey. There was nowhere to get to. It was just to exist in this moment, to be present in this moment, to not identify fully, right? We experience life as this human, but we don't let our awareness be consumed by it. And that's available now to every single person on this planet. You don't have to go through a spontaneous awakening and a kundalini rising, and you don't have to do that. Freedom, peace, home is here now for you. Here now. Is it always easy to do? No. Eckhart Tolle says the best spiritual practices are the hardships and challenges we face in our life, right? If you've lost someone you love, of course you're going to grieve them. You love them. You have an open heart. To have an open heart, it's going to hurt when pieces of your heart are taken from you. But the goal here is to remain open through the pain of that loss. Remain open. I knew I was going to cry. You may be blaming God or the universe right now. But everything that lives dies. It's part of life. And your loved ones are always with you. Guys, I haven't even lost anybody recently. Why am I crying? Oh. Here now, in this present moment, if you don't know how to find the peace that passes all understanding, I recommend connecting to your breath. Your breath will always guide you there because your breath connects you to your body, connects you to now, gets you out of what you're thinking up here and gets you experiencing, being. And in the being is where awareness can present itself, where you can be like, oh, I can see the thoughts. I can see the emotions, and I know because I can identify them, I am not them. I am the awareness that is experiencing that. So if you've lost someone, or if you are just longing to belong, you're longing to go home, longing to feel home, you can feel it now, here. Okay? We're going to pull a vagus nerve card to ground this message into our bodies to help us come back home. We're going to do a connection card. Whew. One card for this collective, please. Thanks. Facial massage. The large intestine meridian endpoint, L120 or LI20, I don't know what this is an acupressure point located near the outer edge of the nostril. Massaging this point enhances facial flexibility, which promotes effective social engagement and expressing emotions. Okay, I was like, why are we getting this? If you've been crying a lot and your face is hurting, I'm hearing this is going to help your face feel better. With your index fingers, gently and gradually press your fingertips into the skin surface at the LI20 acupressure point. Maintaining contact with this point, slide your fingertips toward and away from the nose, then up and down. Apply gentle pressure until you experience a release, often a sigh or a swallow. That's interesting. Okay, cool. Continue to explore other areas around this point. Let's see if you can see that. That is the LI20. That's where you will put your fingers to massage. So when you're doing this, you're going to go towards and away your nose first. And then up and down. Towards and away. Up and down. And you do that until you have a release, often a sigh or a swallow. I could feel it in my body. I kind of like when I was exhaling, it's when I felt my release. Yeah, facial massage. All right. If you're catching the replay, you can always click this playlist to watch more Mother Tarot, where I'm probably not crying like a big baby. If you are here now, I would love to read a card for you if I can get my voice back. What is going on? Just put your name and question in the chat, and I would be happy to read for you. just gonna clear this energy. Whew. Come on. There we go. Let's see. Good morning, one-eyed owl. It's great to have you back. It does, crying, it is great to cry because not only does it let the energy flow, but it also regulates your nervous system. That is how your nervous system regulates itself. So crying is great. It is part of the earthly experience. Yes, you're so right. Okay. Which question do you want, Sneha? You've asked like 3, and I do 1 per viewer until I get most viewers done, and then I will redo if we have extra time. You would pick 1 question, I would love to read for you. Tuning in from India. How nice, my friend. Interesting. Well, Chris, I can pull a card, but I'm going to tell you, like, whatever you experience in your life is because of what you believe. The soul can't be contained. The soul can't be chained. Curses are just things you believe in. If you don't believe you can be cursed, you won't be cursed. It's quite literally as simple as that. Is there magic? Yes. And if someone tries to curse you, can they curse you? Yes. If you are open to that energy, if you are open to what that curse is clinging to. But if you choose to believe that you are a soul that cannot be chained, cannot be cursed, you will not experience that at all. Okay, cool. Thank you, Sneha. I feel like I'm saying your name wrong. Is it Sneha or Sneha? Two. Okay, Chris, I'll pull a card for you in a minute after I finish this one. Sneha. Okay. I'll try to remember that moving forward and use it correctly. All right, Mother. For Sneha, is there a need to heal her inner child now? Excuse me. Excuse me. All right, at the bottom of the deck, you have the High Priestess. The card that came out for you is the Ace of Swords. I would say probably yes. In particular, these cards all have narratives, and the narrative for this card is Quill. And Quill talks about the responsibility of the person writing the story or documenting history. And so the inner child is all about how we experienced life as a child and the stories that we are allowing ourselves to live out as an adult based on what we were programmed as children. Because before you're 7 years old, you do not have the ability to think logically. It is just not developed in your brain yet. And so you pretty much are just brainwashed until that point. So I do think, yes, this would be a great time to take ownership, authority of the way you're living your life by exploring that inner child. But I'm not seeing this as something that, like, go do it now. You need to do it. Focus on it. Yeah, like it's something to free flow with. Like, see the feather floating, like flow into it. Yeah, angels guiding you through this too. Yes, with feathers. White Feather Tarot may have a message for you today, since this came through also. But I would say approach it from the correct perspective, okay? Don't approach it trying to blame your parents or teachers or anyone as a child, friends. Just approach it as like an observer, a witness, and try to understand how it's impacting you now. I'm thinking with the Ace of Swords coming out with the quill, that would definitely indicate writing would be very beneficial for your inner work, your inner child journey. So if you do any type of meditation to meet with your inner child, if you are revisiting memories, I'm hearing it would be really great to write them down afterwards. Okay. Awesome. Okay. You are the best, Cecilia. Thank you, darling. That is all I have for you. Oh man, I already forgot how to say your name. Sneha, I think is right. I'm going to go back and do Chris's reading real quick, and then we'll jump over to One-Eyed Owl, I believe is next. You're welcome. All right. For Chris, I'm going to ask for guidance for Chris in this situation. Mother, can we have guidance for Chris in this situation with his weight or with her weight? With their weight? I don't want to take that many cards. Guidance for Chris, please. Okay. So on the bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Swords. So this is all about conflict, fighting, winners and losers. Obviously, there is some conflict and fighting, and your ex-girlfriend felt like a loser and wanted to make you feel like one, right? When I was putting the deck down, the card at the other side of the deck kept sliding out with my hand, and it's the Star. So this is healing and revitalization, okay? The card that actually popped out for you is Justice, and I feel really called to read this message given what your question is about. So I want to see what comes through for this. All right. The Warrior and the Veiled One, Justice. Through the honesty and righteousness of decisions, the path unfolds with accountability, fostering peace, agreements, and the gentle art of diplomacy. All right. The warrior and the veiled one are forever at each other's side. The gods breathed life into them eons ago to ensure the human world was protected. The warrior and the veiled one stand as a unified symbol of choice. What did I freaking tell you? You get to choose whether you think you're cursed or not. Um, when situations calling for justice arise, the warrior and the veiled one appear. They offer a choice, fight or embrace peace. If the option is to fight, the might of the warrior is unleashed, and hell rains down on the world. If peace is chosen, the olive branch is extended. Once accepted, the warrior and the veiled one retreat to the divine realm, waiting for their next call. Some journal prompts for this. What is the difference between human justice and natural justice? What is the word? Okay, and I'm also hearing like grace, or what is it? Like whenever pirates were captured, quarter, is it called quarter? No, that's not it. Whatever, it's like where they're asking for mercy, pretty much. From a holistic perspective, how balanced are you? Are there areas of your life that could use more attention? What is the difference between what is fair and what is right? And how important is it to you to be right? Okay, so those are some general guidance for you. Let me see what else I got in here. Got some comments. Okay, let me finish this reading, I'll get back to that. So, for you, Chris, like I said, choose to not identify as a cursed person. I do think because Star and what we just read came out, there could be an opportunity here for you to extend the olive branch, or I'm not saying, like, don't apologize if you don't need to apologize, but if you feel like in here, like, you know that maybe you did do something that you should apologize for, or I wouldn't do it because you think you're cursed. You're only cursed if you decide to be cursed. But just in general and energy wise, like, it's good to, like, leave everything behind. Don't repeat cycles. Take ownership of our behaviors, right? Um, And again, like it you may not be able to choose to believe, like your subconscious may be too latched on to this to think that you're cursed. So maybe by extending an olive branch or doing something to try to extend like, um, I don't know, pleasantries just came through, but that's not what I'm hearing. Like it needs to be sincere. That might actually like satisfy your subconscious and you'll be like, okay, cool, I'm good now. Oh yeah. You didn't apologize when you cheated? So yeah, so the answer to your question, Chris, is you're only cursed if you allow yourself to be cursed. Um, but since there is bad energy there, there is bad blood there, it's great to offer, sincere apologies. And sincere, I mean, like maybe buy her something that reflects what you know about her. Like if she's into witchcraft, buy her a witchcraft book or something, or buy, if you know who her favorite readers are, buy her a reading. Do something that is genuine. Be like, look, I'm so sorry. I know this isn't going to make up for what happened, what I did, but I do acknowledge what you're saying, and I am going to take accountability for this and like address my behaviors and move forward in my life. And I hope that, um, I mean, you don't even have to ask for forgiveness. Honestly, you can just say sorry. Be like, you have every right to be upset with me, but I do want to apologize. I don't expect your forgiveness, but I appreciate the chance to apologize to you. And then you can feel like you've done everything that you could. You didn't apologize? What? Why? Why didn't you apologize? Were you scared, or like were you scared of her witchcraft or something? So you just like got out of there, or were you too proud to apologize? Like, did you guys get into a fight and just things kind of like spiraled and so you didn't talk about it then? Like, I want to tell you something too, Chris. People that are so fast to judge other people, there is a scene in Lost, the show, the TV show, where I can't remember his name, but he was the guy that was the torturer, and he tortured a woman and poured boiling water on her and stuff, whatever, right? And everybody on the island is judging him, saying, "Oh, I could never do that. I could never torture somebody. I could never do these things," right? But the truth of the matter is, evil and light is in every single human. The capacity for that is there. Now, maybe you have been conditioned to not allow that to grow. Maybe you've been conditioned to not allow it to be there. But every person has the capacity to cheat. Every person has the potential for that. It does not make you less or more because you have. Okay. Morality, right? Whether that's right or not, I don't think it is. I don't think it's right. And you obviously don't because you feel bad about it. But don't live in shame. Don't continue to sink into shame. Okay. Relationships are never simple, and it's always two sides of a story. There's always way more going on than what anybody realizes, especially in a situation where there's cheating. Okay. I get that. Doesn't matter. Maybe you were not emotionally connected to this person. Maybe you feel overwhelmed. Maybe there is something deeper behaviorally going on where you need to speak with a specialist, right? You never know. Just don't judge yourself too harshly. Don't carry this with you for the rest of your life. Do the best you can to make amends and move on. I try to be. Thank you. It's funny. I've been cheated on, and I'm giving you this advice. Yeah. Just focus on what you can do and if you need support, get the support you actually need. Okay. All right. If I miss anybody's question, I'm so sorry. When I'm reading these chat responses, I get a little lost sometimes. There we go. It's probably just the energy coming through. For me, a lot of times it happens in the mornings too because my vocal cords are not really warmed up. So I wouldn't put too much meaning into it. Um, what I would do if I were you when I dabble is I would meditate on it. I would, or right before you go to bed, like kind of ask, like, is there something in my energy that needs to be cleared? Is there something in my throat chakra that needs to be expressed? Is there something in my subconscious or even conscious awareness that I need to express that I'm keeping hidden? Ask yourself that before you go to bed, right before you fall asleep. And then have the intention that either you'll have a dream or as soon as you wake up, you'll have the answer. And then when you wake up, write it down right away. That's what I would do. Or you can meditate on it. There's a lot of different ways, but that's the easiest way to do it because when you're right before you go to bed, magic happens. It's so easy. Okay. Mother, for one-eyed owl, when will the next big financial change come? For one-eyed owl, please. And any guidance on when or how long it'll take? Thank you. Financial change. My stomach is like gargling. You guys hear it? I had breakfast already. Okay, one-eyed owl. We were having the twin flame discussion the other day, right? We were the ones having this conversation. Please let me know because that energy is already coming through again. Okay. So I told you on the twin flame journey, everything in your life is all related. It's not about the twin. It's not about the twin at all. It is about letting fear run your life, letting lack run your life, making decisions out of what is the word? Feeling that you have to rather than actually wanting to. So when I asked, when will the next big financial change come in? Guess what you got? You got freaking Two of Cups. And can you say twin flames any more than that? When I pulled another card, because I was like, okay, I need some more guidance for this. Guess what came out? Justice. What card number is Justice? Number 11, twin flame number. So what I'm hearing is, and this, if you look it up, it's always what happens too. As part of, like, the first thing I would say is stop calling it a twin flame journey. Call it part of your spiritual awakening. You are on your awakening path. You are experiencing a spiritual awakening. Your soul decided it's time. It's time to awaken. Okay. The more you align and partner with your soul, the faster this will come in. And the closer you get to your soul, like connecting to your soul, embodying your soul, experiencing life as the soul, the less power the ego, right? Those thoughts and those emotions are going to have over your decision making process and how you show up in the world. You're going to lead from a place of authority. You're going to lead from a place of certainty because at the beginning of this message, I was talking about home. The soul is home. The soul is whole. And that is the whole purpose of the twin flame journey, is to realize You don't need to find love in anyone else. You don't need a magical partner that is the other your soul reflected back to you, okay? What you need is to remember that your soul is always whole. And that is why when you look at this person, you are blown away because you're seeing yourself. It is you. It is you, right? Um, I don't know if you had a chance to check out Kurt's stuff yet, but what he talks about, and I really love it, is that your twin flame is all they are is a simultaneous incarnation of you. It is a past life, right? Now, that may can be confusing if ages are different or whatever, but think time is not linear. When we are coming here and experiencing life, there could be 3 incarnations of you on the planet right now, right? There is no limit to what could be experienced in the universe. Anything could happen. And so instead of focusing on how important this twin is, instead of focusing on how you feel in their presence, the reason you feel that way is because you are literally seeing yourself. And the pain happens because you're seeing your wounding that needs to. Okay. Everyone, the modern twin flame people will say, you're seeing all the stuff that needs to be healed. And when you heal it, then everything will be fine. No, you're seeing everything that needs to be healed because when you're hurting and when you're looking for healing is when you're going to come within and actually find your soul and realize your soul was never broken in the first place. When you disconnect from that broken, painful part of you, when you disconnect from being a victim or saying, I lose everything I love and I'll never be good enough, when you disconnect from all these thoughts and realize you were always enough underneath that. When you were born, you were enough, right? You didn't have to do anything to be taken care of. You didn't have to do anything to get oxygen. You were worthy because you exist. And you exist because you have a soul. So what I'm hearing is, I don't know exactly, and I hate saying journey, and I don't want to say stages because then it makes it a goal. And the more you surrender to your soul, the faster this will come in because everything, once you're in soul alignment, you're vibrating so fast. If I can remember, I found a lady that did a really good job explaining manifestations. She's been around for a long, long time. And she actually like drew it out and it made a lot of sense. So I will try to link it for the replay for you if you want to go watch it. But it relates to this, right? When you are focusing on like not being with your twin or it, and it all comes down to intention. Like if you are focusing on your finances because you think like, I'm just trying to not think about my twin, you can't do that either. Like they are you. It's no different than your hands, right? It's just normal. It just is. That is the soul state. It just is, right? So, whenever you get into that soul frequency, when you are aligning with your soul's truth, and this is not, again, another big thing in the twin flame community, you got to do your mission. You got to jump on the, you don't have to do anything. Maybe your soul just wants to be here in this moment and look. And the more you just connect with the present moment, the more you just experience the moment here. And if there is financial hardship, you say, there's financial hardship my soul wants to experience in this moment. It doesn't mean you have to go have this big job change. It doesn't mean you have to go serve kids in Africa. It doesn't mean you have to have some big mission. But oftentimes when you connect to your soul, you connect to a place of, what is it? Unity, oneness, love, kindness. And in that place, you want to connect because you realize you are the person across from you, and you are the tree in the field, and you are the bug climbing across the railing. You are all of those things. And so there is a natural part of you that's going to want to give back to that, connect to that, and express more of what makes you you, right? And again, that's also a trap. Like this form, this personality that you have, you can change. Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about that all the time, right? You can completely change your personality, your behaviors, who you are. That's not who you are. And it has changed over the course of your life. So you connect with your soul. You are this soul experiencer, right? You're experiencing this human form. And the human form just gets closer to love, closer to oneness, closer to unity. And the vibrations I was talking about, you get more downloads and then your energy changes and things just collapse time and then everything works for you. Like I'm already having like people offering me jobs just randomly, opportunities to make money, things coming in. Like I had an office for 2 months that I did not even look for. It popped up in my feed. Um, things just start manifesting for you when you get into that energy. Okay. And the goal is not to get in the energy. Like again, there is no goal. It is just experience, be, surrender. And the more you surrender and the more, and it's the worst advice, like it's the best advice and the worst advice. It's the most painful advice to surrender, to release control, right? Because control comes from needing to know the outcome. Control comes from needing to manage what's going to happen. And that's not the soul. The soul knows it doesn't matter what happens. The soul is taken care of. Look at the animals. Birds don't worry about food. It's just provided to them. Okay? So it's all about your soul state, really. Getting into the soul seat. If you don't have to consume twin flame content, I wouldn't recommend it because it's just going to make it worse. But if you do feel like you're still struggling with, what's the word? I don't know. My best advice is if you're having a bad day, just experience the bad day. I'm having a bad day. There are emotions of sadness. There are emotions of fear, but don't judge it. Don't. And there, your ego is going to be like, huh? Freaking out. You're not doing anything. What's wrong? It's okay. It's okay. You are taken care of. The universe is holding you. You are completely fine. Okay. And the more you surrender and the more you trust. Hold on. I want to read these comments to see what I'm talking about, what you guys are talking about. Leave me. Yeah. Step back from relationship. I'm okay with this. So the only thing I would say here, what do you mean? The answer to the question is not as important as understanding why. Is this in for everything in life or just the twin? Because if you're trying to understand, that's also going to keep you in an energy that is not beneficial for moving forward with your finances, right? Understanding is the mind. You need to experience why, right? You know within you that the universe is taking care of you and it's reflected. Why they don't answer directly. The twin or me? Am I not answering you directly? I'm sorry. Why they don't answer? Yeah. Just trust the universe. Okay. I'm sorry. I feel like I didn't help you. So, what I would say is do not allow your brain to limit you and think that things cannot manifest for you quickly. The more you allow the universe to provide for you and open up to receive, the faster things will start reflecting that to you. And you'll start realizing, oh my goodness. Yeah, because like the future is just a reflection of what you're currently thinking right now. What you think is what gets reflected to you in the future, what you experience in the future. So the more you trust the universe, the more you know money flows to me easily and continuously. Opportunities are always offered to me. People love me and support me. I am love. If you are love, then that means that that is the only thing you can experience, right? I am love. I am love. I am wealth. Not I am wealthy, not I am loved, because that is a descriptor that shows separation. You are love, and so there is love because you are love. You are wealth, therefore there is wealth because you are the wealth. Does that make sense? Okay, cool. Let me go see if there's any other questions. I'm already supposed to do another live at 10 o'clock. Let's see. I think that was everything though. Cool. I'm just gonna leave it at that. That's fine. All right. Would anybody else like a personal reading? Just pop your name and question in the chat. One-eyed owl, what is your name? Would you share your name with me? Because I would love to be able to call you your name, because one-eyed owl is a bit of a mouthful. Hey, Kaja, how are you doing, honey? Nice to see you back. Have you been doing that work what we talked about? Changing what you describe home as? Have you been doing that, baby? Call you owl. Owl? Owl? Sorry. Owl. Owl. Okay, owl. I can't say your name. Okay, mother. Will Kaja change homes within the next 3 months? Okay. Owl. Why is that so hard for me to pronounce? Owl. Owl. Because I want to say owl. Can you give me your middle initial or something? That way I can or I'll call you all. I guess I'll just call you Owl. That might be easier. Owl. All right. That doesn't help. Oh. Okay. Will Kaja, I need to change this question. Sorry, guys. There we go. Will Kaja change homes within 3 months, please, mother? Amy, that's a lot easier to say. Thanks for telling me. All right, I got to focus my attention real quick, and then I'll go back to looking in the chat. Will Kaja change homes within 3 months, please? So the card that you have is the star. This is healing. So what did I say? You've been healing that mindset around home. Have you been healing on that identity? This could also indicate that you are taking some time to heal your money mindset around getting a new home, or relationships that may be required to get this new home. I do think this is a very positive yes, because you have the Six of Wands on the bottom of the deck, and that is celebration, victory, success, right? So for sure, I do see that happening. But I think the more that you focus on healing this mind, the faster and more successful this will be. Sorry. All right. Hello, Nor. Is that right? Let's see. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I'll call you Noor from Pakistan. Nice. Mother, how does Noor's new man feel about her currently? How does Noor's new man feel about her currently? Three of Wands. I'm not gonna lie, Noor. Please don't be frustrated or go like all out and assaulting him. Like Three of Wands came out, but this person is holding like a whatever that's called, looking glass, whatever, I don't know. And then under the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Cups. I feel like he may still be looking at different options, but he does definitely have like really sweet feelings for you with the Six of Cups. Not sure if you guys have known each other for a long time, like maybe since childhood, or you just remind him of home, or he's from your hometown or something like that. But there's one of two things. Either he is like not fully invested, or he's exploring the future with you and he sees multiple different possibilities that this could be. Okay. Yeah, so I would just like keep your heart close to your chest. I do think that the potential for sweet connection is there for something to grow over time, but I don't necessarily know if he's there yet. I think he's still kind of in the what is this relationship going to be kind of thing. Okay, that's exactly what I was getting was exploring each other. So I was like, oh, I don't know. Okay, yeah. It's still very fresh and new, like exploring things. But again, like I said, there is Six of Cups. This is very sweet, sweet love. So there is the potential for that. I guess you just kind of have to work through each other and see if you mesh or fit pretty well. Okay. You are welcome, Kaja. Thank you for being here. Nor, thank you for being here. All right, guys. I think that's all I'm going to do for now. I actually have another reading scheduled. So I'm going to go ahead and try to take a few minutes break and hop onto that reading. If you guys want to join me, make sure you like and subscribe so that you can get notified when I go live. I do a collective reading, and then at the end of the collective reading, I open it up for free personal readings. So if you want to know when I'm going live, just subscribe to the channel so you can get a notification. All right. On this channel, I would love to. That's not what I wanted to say. Be in the present moment, Kayla. On this channel, I always remind you to come as you are and stay as you become. Bye, my friends.